Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fresh Off the Set. I am Alora Murray, and I am over the moon for today's interviews, plural, because I have two guests with me. We have founders Natasha Thomas and Whitney Smith, two of the founders of Ivy City, and I have to tell you, I have loved Ivy City since the foundation, since you guys started. So all you dress lovers out there, all of you community lovers out there, this podcast is for you. Both of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
I know, we're so excited to be here.
I am, like I said, I am over the moon because I honestly probably too look at the Ivy City Instagram multiple times a day.
Aww,
and the website multiple times a day to see what new things you've dropped.
It happens all the time, right? So you have to jump on so you don't miss it.
I know. You guys always have these drops. So let's get started. I mean, I said that I've been a fan from the beginning. Like, I remember one of your dresses was my going away dress for my wedding day. Like, Ivy, I just love it. What inspired you guys to start the company? Let's start from the very beginning.
Yeah.
What inspired you? Was there a specific moment, or how did this all come about?
Yeah. That's such a loaded question. I mean, Whitney talked about we'll do alternate. So
yeah, I'll let Tosh take this because this kind of was, Tosh came to me and asked me to do this with her, but she kind of had the dream. So I'll let her take this question.
Yeah. All right, Tosh, we'll let you take this question.
I know. So like we were talking earlier, like I got pregnant on my honeymoon very soon, started having babies. But I've just always had this like creative drive in me and this like entrepreneurship that like I would lay in bed at night being like, I have to do this. Like, I've always loved fashion. I did hair school before. I was a hairdresser, and I've always loved making women feel beautiful and confident. Like, that's just instilled in me. And, you know, me and Whitney have been friends forever. We did middle school together, high school together. Yeah, for people that don't know, like, we've been friends forever. We'd always buy the same thing, share each other's clothes. So we're very different, but we also like complement each other too in like our core values of fashion and just always wanting to be entrepreneurships together. But yeah, like I would just be like, I am craving to find clothes that are like timeless and modest, but fashionable and the quality that I want, like all these things that were kind of missing, I felt like out there was a gap in that. And so I remember starting this business and being like, I needed an awesome partner who was good at things that I'm not good at. Like I said, me and Whitney complement each other. And it's like, listen, I have this dream. Let's just start putting our ideas together. Like we had no experience, no money. Like me and my husband had like 10 grand that we put into the business in the beginning. And like, that was it. Like we had to just keep running it from there. So it was kind of like, eat what you kill. Like anything we got from the business, we'd put back into it. And it was just a cycle of like growing and growing. But I remember like sitting on the ground designing our first dress. And I still like have pictures of it. And I'm still so proud of it. It was this like black and white striped dress. We got all these influencers to wear, and just even from the very beginning. So really just starting it, like we just had this dream of starting our own fashion brand. We didn't really know exactly what it's going to be about, but it took us about 2 years, I feel like, to really find our why.
And it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
This is our 10-year anniversary.
Monday is our 10-year anniversary. Is that crazy?
Yay! And I mean, for those of you who are listening to this and you can't see them, they both showed up in the same color blue, but they're like complimenting each other.
And this is shocking. Like this is shocking. We probably wear the same actual outfit.
There have been multiple situations where we've gotten somewhere and we are in the exact same dress, and we own hundreds and hundreds of dresses. How do we end up in the exact same one? But that just shows
that we're aligned in our style.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So that is where we kind of led on the path to fashion. Because we knew we would work together. We both have different strengths, but we knew we'd work together really well in the fashion world.
And you guys honestly have. And I mean, I want to talk about the designs a little bit, because when you see a dress, I know for me, if I see a dress, I immediately know that's an Ivy dress.
That is the best compliment ever.
It really is.
And I've actually gotten that a lot. Like, especially people like be like, even at church or at an event, like I can spot out an Ivy dress, and literally that's the best compliment ever.
And it's so true. You guys have created this brand and a design where people know you. So what's the inspiration behind these designs, behind the Ivy look?
I mean, I feel like we're inspired by a lot of things. Really, though, I feel like the biggest inspiration is womanhood. I mean, we really are from the very beginning, like Tosh mentioned, like we started this as moms.
We want us to, like, we're actually wearing it. Like, the stuff that we want.
Yeah. And we wanted to feel confident and we want to feel beautiful. But we're also busy chasing our kids around all the time, right? Like Tosh has had 2 babies since we started Ivy, and I've had 2 babies since we started Ivy, and Madeline's had 2 babies since she's been with Ivy. So we're constantly like in the thick of being a mom, and so it's also motherhood as well. And so that really
is the cycles of being a mom. We have these dresses that I'm sure you've seen. They're the smock dresses.
Yes.
And we're like, this is our bread and butter. Like, this is what people want. Like, we love creating like what we're wearing as a top and a set right now and expanding. But like, dresses are bread and butter, and that's what people come to know and love Ivy for. And we call them our ever dresses because they're perfect for every body, like every occasion,
every stage of life.
Like, from the little girls to my little Coco who's 5, she loves to wear that Madeline dress or any of our smock dresses. They're just comfortable and they fit everyone. And even my mom, who has a struggle in her size that she wears. She's like, I can wear this dress and it fits so good and I love it. And
she can size down to like a really small size, kind of stretchy. And we wore them, we wear them nursing, we wear them postpartum, we wear them during our pregnancy, so we really are inspired, but to do it through all stages of life. But then also we've always just loved like the romantic, whimsical, I feel like style, that just is very true to us, who we are as dreamers, dreaming about the business, dreaming about what we want to wear. Because when you're in the thick of motherhood too, sometimes you want to, you're reading a book.
You want to romanticize
your life. You want to romanticize your life. Yeah, exactly. So we've also been very inspired by that style as well.
And I think the story that you're telling right now, it is so relatable to so many women. And that is one of the reasons you guys have been so successful. I mean, Carrie and I were lucky enough to host your Christmas fashion show.
The best ever. You guys did amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I remember being there, and it was so interesting because fashion has, a connotation of being kind of harsh, being negative. That's just kind of the stereotype around it. But that fashion show was something I have never experienced before. Every guest there, like, I remember just seeing strangers tell each other how cute they looked in like the same dress. Like, it was like 2 women that were like totally different, complimenting each other on the same dress. And they were like, maybe they didn't even know each other. And the vibe there was just so loving that you guys have truly created something so magical in this fashion space.
I think that's the thing that we're both most proud of. Like, we're designing dresses and filling a need and fashion, but the why is seeing like our little girls in it and the smile they get and just the community. Like you said, like, fashion is a harsh place and it's a serious place, but we're shattering that glass ceiling and making it like fun and sisterhood and like supporting each other, and it can be fun. And like, our fashion shows are way different than probably anything out there. It's not like serious straight walk. It's like a celebration of women all over and every
us with
stage.
our daughters, and it's really fun. I feel like you defined success for us. Like, that truly is what is success at Ivy. I feel like it's not about profitability. It's not about any of that. I mean, we're still a business, but at the end of the day, like, that's really what it comes down to, is this like community that we've created, that we've brought all these women together, and how everyone is so loving. And that's really what we define as like the success of Ivy.
Well, and if that's what you define as success, then you have been incredibly successful. And I think another thing that you guys do so well is with these dresses, you give the gift of confidence. And that is something that is so hard to get in today's day and age with social media, like basically like screaming in our faces when we scroll. Like, when someone is wearing an Ivy dress, they feel confident. And that is such a gift. And that was such a blessing for me to see that at the fashion show. Everyone feeling so confident and not comparing themselves to someone else. And it honestly was just such a beautiful thing to see.
And just like being size inclusive too, I feel like it's also brought confidence that like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be this cookie cutter look. Like, you are beautiful and how you are now.
You can wear the same dress that someone else
can. And that's what makes life so amazing, is that we don't all look the same. I mean, us 3 sitting here right now all have the same length hair and the same color.
We're from Utah.
Not everyone looks the same, and that's what's so wonderful. And you guys have managed to create this space that is welcoming for everyone. And yet you're rebranding right now, but you've held on to that. What motivated you to want to do this rebrand?
Yeah.
I feel like a few things. I mean, coming up on the 10-year anniversary, we're like, okay, let's realign. Let's really look back at like where we've been successful, like we were just discussing, you know. But we also, I think this next chapter of Ivy, we really want to reach more women. I feel like that's kind of the goal in this next stage of our, this next decade, you know, that we're going into. So I think it just for us to focus on the rebrand just kind of helps us dial in on like, okay, how are we going to be represented? What have we done well? What have, you know, where do we need to really focus in? And we really want to come out on a really strong appearance of like, okay, this is what Ivy stands for, so that these new women, when they see Ivy, they know exactly who we are and what we stand for. You know?
I love that.
Also, I feel like we're always evolving.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's been 10 years. I feel like it's time for a little refresh. Like Ivy is growing up and we're ready to just expand more and more than ever and shatter more glass ceilings and just keep growing and evolving. So I think that's really what it's about too. So
Yeah.
I love it. And I this is a question that I was thinking about like before you guys even came in. Yes, you are a fashion brand, but I think of you guys more as a lifestyle brand.
yeah.
You are, yes, you have your clothes and they are beautiful, but you guys are developing a lifestyle for people. How does that resonate with you?
Yeah. I feel like that's who we are. Like I want to be wearing Ivy all the time. I love my sweats. I love my cute tops. I love my darling shoes. Like
our new swimwear. Oh my gosh,
swimwear.
on
It's
the
like
girls
we
too.
really want to just take over the lifestyle. Like that's where our bread and butter and where we started is Ivy dresses, and that's our core, and we will never lose that. But that's kind of like Ivy growing up with this new brand is that we're ready to take over a lot more than just dresses. And it's just like our muses of our little girls. Like that's where our mini line started. Is I'm like, I would die to see my daughter wearing a dress that I want to wear, not like a cheesy one, like something sophisticated and timeless and beautiful. And that's goes into our shoes and goes into our swimwear, and it's like,
And the
We can't
cowgirl
help-
boots.
and the cowgirl boots.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. Like it's so cute, like stuff that we want to wear, but then shrink it miniature version. It's just too good.
I feel like it goes back to the confidence thing, right? Like if we created these dresses and these women feel so beautiful and confident in their dresses, we want them to do that throughout every area of their life, right? And people are choosing to wear our pieces. You know, now that we do swimwear, they can wear them for, you know, all these other family vacations and things like that. But we've always kind of had we've been recognized as this brand who celebrates all the special events with our community. And so they really are wearing them to church, and they're wearing them to, you know, their daughter's birthday parties because they're matching their
Or
little
their
girl,
engagements.
or their engagement pictures, or, you know, we're part of all these special moments. And I feel like we really are being a part of their lives in these special moments.
It's kind of like, I mean, I'm just like marketing here for you guys. It's like about the life you're living in your clothes. It's like the experiences you're having while you're wearing Ivy and how you feel while you're in it.
Exactly.
Like, the dresses are beautiful, but it's the person that's wearing them that really makes them stand out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the goal has been for that person to put it on and radiate the confidence and the beauty that they have inside themselves and feel that, right?
Absolutely.
As they're wearing the piece.
The reflection of how they're feeling and also like a memory they're making. It's also not just the happy ones. Like we honestly get emails of people wearing it to their funerals.
Yeah.
Both my grandmas are buried in Ivy City. It's like the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah.
That they wanted that, or you know, an unfortunate child dying and their favorite dresses were Ivy, and they put their baby in it and they match in it, and it's truly just a connection, and it's something really special. Yeah, it's life.
Like you said, I love that. It's just life. And that's the thing is your company is there for women.
Yeah.
For the highs and the lows. And your stuff is there to make maybe those lows not as hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that is something absolutely
Supporting
beautiful
them in the
that
way
you
that
guys
they
have
can.
created. And you guys, I mean, you guys created this, but your online community like rose to
Yes,
like the
yes,
messaging. Talk to me about your online community and how they've helped you grow. I mean, how it helped shape your brand's identity.
It really did. So like
They're everything.
that's really how Ivy City has grown through just our online community. And I think what's always made us different is that we actually listen. It's not like big brands who they don't listen to their customer or their community. Like we are kind of famous for posting those sample reels where we like,
should we make this?
Should we make
yes,
this?
I know them so well.
Yes.
And we love it. People vote and we take their feedback.
Because
and
we really do. We'll make something or cut it depending on how their feedback is.
Yeah.
And, we'll get into our Facebook group and be like, what do you guys want to see next? And like, we really do.
People are very active too. And they really tell us how they feel about things.
It's a little hard at times, but you know what? We've gotten tough skin.
Yeah.
I mean, being in the fashion world, it does require a little bit of tough skin. And you've actually had a lot of huge names wear your dresses. Talk to me about some of these names.
Yes. Well, Serena Williams is huge.
Yeah. We love her.
Joanna Gaines. We've had
we have Hillary Duff and her daughters.
Jessica Alba's given a shout out.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun.
It's honestly like that's also like the most gratifying thing, 'cause it's like it's not just for like our community, like people who could have anything at their fingertips are also loving it.
And they wear it because they truly
Chrissy
love it.
Teigen.
It's not that we're not reaching out to them and saying, "Hey, pay us a bunch of money to like post this." We just gift it to them, and they genuinely love it, and they put themselves and they put their daughters into it.
And that's been how we've run Ivy all along. Is that like we're not forcing someone to shout out us or say that they love Ivy, because we don't feel like that's going to be authentic
It's
and
not genuine.
So it's like we're gifting it. If this is like a match and you love this, then like it's a match made in heaven, you know?
Love it. And I think like, you guys being genuine is a huge part of Ivy.
Yeah. I think people can see through it for sure.
I did want to say one more thing about our community too, is I feel like because of the community that we've created, I feel like women have had a real chance of connecting together that way. It's crazy because we'll like throw those events like the fashion show and, we've done like a few Galentine's type events, and we will have women that we'll invite that will literally fly into Utah, and they'll like stay with some other Utah women that they've met through the community, or they'll go to lunch all together and they're all in their dresses. And so they've honestly created these like friendships. Like they're really, really great friends with people that have the same love and same interest in Ivy. And it's been so fun to like watch that develop and watch that bloom, because it's like we've created these friendships with each other along the way, and then I've loved that that's what's happening with the community that's been created as well.
I mean, I witnessed that. Like I said, when I was there, I saw some conversations that I'm like, I don't think they've met before, but they are like best friends now.
But they're Ivy lovers, so they can be best friends.
And that's what I want people to think. Like once you put on that first dress, like you're part of the community.
Yeah.
Like this is an Ivy family, and we all accept each other, and just like leave those petty, weird vibes out the door and just like love each other and have fun. It's about celebrating womanhood.
Yeah, celebrating womenhood and how different we all are.
Yeah.
Whether you're a mom or whether you're not, or whether you're 3 years old or whether you're 93. Like there's something about womanhood that is so amazing and beautiful, and you guys are just like shouting from the rooftops that you're celebrating that.
Thank you. I think we broke the norm too of like, it wasn't cool to match, and we're like, no, it's really cool to match. Even if you're matching your bestie, like besties can match too, Yeah.
So you guys have had some obviously major moments. What have been some of the biggest challenges that you guys have had to get to this point?
I feel like it changes all the time. But honestly, I think just growing, the natural growing pains that come with a business that's growing. It's, you're changing your team. Your teams grow with you. Yeah. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to some of your team because they, can't grow at the same pace. I think that's hard.
It always has to be alignment. And if things are not in alignment, that can be really hard. And that's really hard on us. But like, just there's so many.
I think
we're barely surviving.
I know. I think people probably look at us and they're like, oh, they have this amazing business that's growing and flourishing, but it's hard work. It is hard work. There's challenges that come all the time. I feel like if the one department's not working well and then you fix that, then the other department needs help. It's like you're constantly, that's just how the world is, right? The world's constantly changing and there's new things coming out. So I think we are just constantly learning too, that there's never a perfect time. You can never just be like, oh, everything's perfect and we're all cloud nine and everything's working
it's like
well.
Once you figure something out and you're like, oh, this is working, we're just gonna keep doing it, then it doesn't
changes.
work
Then
anymore.
it changes.
Kind of like a child.
Yes. Yeah. It's like you're always evolving and changing, and what worked for you a year ago, 6 months ago is not going to keep working, and you have to keep evolving. So I feel like that probably is the hardest thing, is just like playing catch up. You just can never stop. You're always working to that next step.
I mean, that's one of the only consistent things they say, right, is change.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
having,
Yeah. So
like,
true.
my little baby is 1 year old now, but every time I figured out something with him, it would change.
Yeah.
Literally, that's how a business is.
I know. No,
Yeah.
it totally is. And then it's the same thing, like exact same thing with your child. You're excited for this next stage, but you're mourning the stage you were in.
Yeah.
I feel like I constantly kind of live that way.
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited as the company grows. We get to experience all these new things, but then at the same time, I'm kind of mourning the smaller stage where we literally all worked in the same room together with like 6 employees. And now we have like 65 employees, So, just changes. I think change is hard, but it's necessary,
Absolutely. I mean, how do you guys stay grounded through all of this? Because you guys it's very successful. People know you. How do you stay grounded?
Oh wow, I feel like we are very grounded.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you.
You're
I
flattering us. Thank you. You're making me feel very not grounded. But on a day to day, we're in the grind, So it's hard to think outside of that. And I think as we hit these successes, that's so cool. But then we need the next success. So I think sometimes we need to give ourselves more grace.
Yeah.
And enjoying it more, enjoying the journey instead of being like, hey, what's next?
Yeah. During this rebrand, we've kind of had to take a step back, and they were asked for us to give them, or we were asked to give our favorite quotes. And one of my favorites was just about, enjoying the success along the way. And I feel like that kind of helps you keep grounded a little bit instead of always trying to reach that next step, which is important to grow a company, but remembering to take the time to celebrate the wins. I just wanted to add too, I think what helps keep us grounded is that there's 3 of us. And I think that has really, really helped with the business because we're constantly able to we may not always see eye to eye on every single thing, but we're constantly able to really just value each other and each other's opinions and remind each other when something's going wrong or something's not going great. It's okay. Take a step back, relax a little bit, So I feel like we've grounded each other through all of this.
Well, that's a shout out to you, Mads. Hope you're enjoying Disneyland.
Yeah.
Well, it's, like you said, being grateful for what you have while working for what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, speaking of that, where do you guys see Ivy going in the next 5 years?
Wow. Oh, I feel like we have a lot of things on the horizon right now.
We've got lots of big plans.
Retail. We're really trying to get into retail right now. We have just our tiny little showroom that's just in the front of our warehouse. And it does so well, and it's always busy. And we're like, we need to get into places where, more women can find us without knowing who we are,
We've really kept it tight to just D2C, just our website.
Yeah.
And we're going to be expounding omnichannel massively the next 5 years.
Yep.
Already talking with relationships with lots of people, lots of Costco, Nordstrom, Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
We just barely went into the BYU bookstore, which was really fun. So lots of little things
Wholesale
and big
opportunities.
things.
Yeah.
And also we're talking about doing
brand partnerships. I mean, I feel like there's so many things. I think we focus so much on the D2C because that's kind of where the world was going.
Yeah.
Especially with COVID and a little bit post-COVID. And we just felt like there was so much opportunity there, which there constantly is. But now, like I mentioned, we can only reach so many people that way. And we really want to open up the doors for ourselves and take a step forward into more omnichannel.
Yeah. And just more lifestyle. You'll see a lot more.
Yeah. Tapping into more
everything.
areas. Yep.
I know. Well, this is the first year that you guys have done swimwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that
last year was the first year for shoes. This year for swimwear.
Swim.
We're going to be doing more loungewear and you might see some more pants, lots more dresses as always.
I was going to say, of course, more dresses.
I mean, because the styles change too. Yeah, of course, we'll always keep dresses, but sometimes people, now people are at home more, so they want to wear more lounge, and then people want to wear pants. Pants are more of the trend right now, so we're like, okay, well, we got to figure out how to put an Ivy flare on that. Yeah. So,
and that's what you guys do so
evolving.
well. If I see someone in loungewear that is Ivy, I'm like, well, that's obviously Ivy, because at Christmas when you guys had
our bows and the rhinestones.
Yes,
and,
I was like, well, that is 100%.
Got an Ivy flare.
100% Ivy. Love it. Why do you guys think, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning, why do you think people keep coming back to Ivy over and over? They keep coming back. The brand just pulls them in. Why do you think
I hope it's because we've created that trust and that bond where they know what they're going to get. They know the quality they're going to get. They know the price point they're going to get. They know that they can match their mini. They know they can get it in their size. So I really hope that, and I hope just the authentic.
Yeah, I feel like it's
across that we care.
I feel like we're relatable too. I feel like people, sometimes they might see, don't get me wrong, I love the trends on the runway. I mean, I love to watch all that. I was watching all the Met Gala, beautiful dresses and all that. But I think that we're a very relatable brand to something that they truly can see themselves in, going through about all those day-to-day moments, running the grocery store, taking the kids to school, going to church, all the things.
Going to your friend's birthday.
Yeah. So I feel like that's why people keep coming back, because they're like, oh, okay, they launched a new piece. I can totally see myself wearing that. And these girls are wearing it. And so I want to be, wearing it like them too. And
it's for like your everyday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're even your everyday and your special
and
moments.
The big events.
It's not like your high fashion where it's not really relatable to your life that you're actually going to wear. Like, this is what it's actually practical.
I wore
for whatever event you're going to.
I wore an Ivy dress for my family Christmas pictures this year.
Yeah.
And it was like a vintage flare and it just like matched perfectly. I knew I could count on Ivy.
And it's so, I know it's so fun. It's actually really fun when we get to design, more of like the event style dresses too, because like you don't wear them all the time, but it's fun to have that one piece. But these people keep coming back to us, I think, for those one pieces because they know what they're going to get. They're still going to get, that feminine, timeless piece that has like the little bit of Ivy flair that you talk about, that makes them feel confident and special, and they just hopefully just love wearing them.
And very unique. Something you
yes,
can't get
very
anywhere
unique.
else.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you see an Ivy dress and you immediately know that it is an Ivy City dress.
That really is the best compliment.
I can die happy.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in. We've loved chatting with you. Before we wrap up, we do this thing called the Fresh Five, where I randomly ask you like 5 random questions. Well, I don't randomly ask you. I've told you that I'm going to do it. I ask you 5 random questions just so we can get to, know you a little bit, the faces behind Ivy City. Okay, so the first question is, and I told you these are going to be super random. If there was a book you could read over and over again, what would it be?
Oh, I'm going to let Tosh take this, unless you want us both to answer. Tosh is a huge book reader.
You guys, this is going to be disappointing because it's nothing like educational. But I mean, like, just like my first thing is be like Fourth Wing. I love.
Girl, you know what? I'm wearing a lightning bolt necklace, and there's a reason.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
You know.
The fantasy.
I am a Audible listener.
Love it.
I love the Nightingale. I love like the or the fictional take on, the wars and stuff. I love reading books like that. So mine's The Nightingale is probably one of my favorites.
That's how my mom was. Okay, love it.
I just want to be a dragon rider.
I know.
It doesn't really go with Ivy. It's weird.
Well, it's the whimsical fantasy.
You're multifaceted.
I am very multifaceted.
It is fine. Okay. So if you could eat breakfast or dinner every single day, what would it be?
Mine would be dinner. I'm the opposite.
See, you compliment each other. We already talked about this.
Yeah. There's nothing like a good dinner after a full long day. Like, I cannot wait.
But like breakfast for dinner, like I'm a breakfast person.
That is how my husband is.
I do like breakfast food, but nothing's better than like a good homemade lasagna or I don't know.
Okay, if you could be best friends with anyone from a movie or a TV show, who would it be?
Oh man, this is hard. I'm so bad at this stuff on the fly.
I'm really bad at this.
But what was the first thing that came to your head?
Oh my gosh, best friends with anyone from a movie
or a TV show.
Or a TV show. What's your favorite TV? I don't watch like any TV.
I mean, you can say the Fresh Living host, but we already love you.
I will definitely say Laura.
I mean, my kids watch a lot of TV.
I'm totally binging the
Or a
Mom Top
movie.
Girls right now. They're so fun to watch.
Mom Top Girls.
Well,
I'm dying. Taylor, I want to be your best friend.
That is what Tosh has to say. I love it. I'm like, or you could have chosen a movie. It's fine.
You know what? It's really hard.
I actually love Hilary Duff. I've watched a lot of her shows, and she's been around since we were little.
Yeah,
I
love Hillary.
Lizzie
love her.
McGuire is an
Yes.
icon.
And I have to take a second to think about it, but then I'm like, and she wears her daughter wears her stuff. I'm like, I feel like she would be best friends with us. I really do.
I love it. See, I just watched Pride and Prejudice in, at the Megaplex, like every girl in America did. And I was like, oh, well, I would obviously be best friends with Elizabeth.
Oh,
clearly.
yeah. Yes. I know if Mads was here, I'm sure she would have
I'm
some.
sure she would say
Elizabeth. I was going to say she's like a deep thinker, and I just don't watch any TV.
Okay,
ever.
so that was question 3.
Yes. Okay.
All right, number 4. What is your absolute favorite holiday?
Mine is, I think, 4th of July.
Love it.
Oh, I love 4th of July too. Yeah.
It's not a lot of like hullabaloo of like getting ready for a month like Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just like you get together, good food, the summer. I just love it.
I love that.
Fireworks.
Mine is probably up there too. Nothing's better than a summer holiday. I actually really love Mother's Day. My husband asked me what I wanted to do for this last Mother's Day, and I'm like, I want to do nothing. Is that okay?
Said every mother ever.
I know. And maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's just because we had Mother's Day, but I really love that it's just a day where we can literally choose to just like do nothing if we want to.
It's Mother's Day, I'm taking a nap.
You know? Yeah. And I'm not cooking dinner and I'm not getting up with, with the kids today and all that. So yeah.
All right. Number 5.
Yeah.
What is, and you guys said that you shared this when you did your rebrand, but what is your favorite quote?
Oh, mine is
wrote those down.
Mine is a long one. Oh, we have them written down, so we should read them.
Yours is
We did. We just sent them in. Tasha's was cute and short and sweet, and mine was kind of long. I love to listen to James Clear. Do you know who that is? He wrote Atomic Habits.
Okay, yes.
Like kind of like the self-help business style.
I love a good self-help book.
But I get his emails every day, and he always has like a 3-2-1, and he's sharing like just some really awesome quotes from a bunch of different people, and I love it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Tasha's looking it up. Tasha, you remember yours? Yours was short and sweet.
Okay, mine was short and sweet.
You'll have to pick there was one from Estee Lauder.
I know I had
that
some
you like
few that I looked
loved.
up. So I don't know. One I love is embrace what makes you different. Those qualities will set you apart and lead you to a success.
I love it.
I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
I can't find them.
All right, Whitney. Whitney, what was yours?
How did
That
you
was
know
just
that?
mine.
How did you know that? Just barely. Okay, I'll read mine. So mine was from James Clear. I think it was just his own. It wasn't an individual. And it was, a critical quality to develop in life is the willingness to try. You simply must find confidence to give it a go. The human mind is fabulous at learning, so you will get better at whatever you practice. And I loved that because part of the reason why I love that quote so much, and like it was long, that's why I don't have it memorized, but it draws me back to like the beginning of Ivy too. And people will always ask us, hey, how did you guys start Ivy? I feel like we get these questions all the time. How'd you guys start Ivy? I don't even know where to start. What do you do? And honestly, it's just like, you have to have the confidence to just put yourself out there and just get going,
I feel like that's what most people are stopped by, is just like being scared.
Yes.
Of going for, you're going to look silly. You're going to look dumb. Maybe
Absolutely.
You might fail.
I've been there before.
Yeah. And it's, and this goes in everywhere. It's like showing up to a job interview. It's making the job interview, like making the interview, right? Or scheduling the time, any of those things, or people that want to come up to us and even talk to us. Sometimes I'm like, we're not celebrities, but some people are like, I didn't even know how to come and talk to you guys. It's like, just have the confidence to try, and you'll never know what you can, what kind of success you get out of it. But that's why I love that quote so much. It's like, you really just have the courage you just have to have the courage to try.
I love it.
I found the one that was my first pick.
Oh,
You can be soft and still lead, and you can be kind and still climb.
and this is totally Tosh.
I feel like that really related to me.
This is so relatable to you in the business.
And I love that, like, we're women-owned, women-founded, and it's like you can still climb and you can still lead and have all those soft elements of a woman that I think actually makes us better and stronger.
Yeah, and I think you do everything with kindness along the way too. And so I think it's
I
really
love that.
testament.
One of my
to
favorites is do not mistake my softness for weakness.
Yeah.
Because
I love that.
I truly think that being soft is powerful.
I agree.
And
100%.
what you said goes perfectly with that. Well, that is it for our Fresh 5 questions. Both of you, thank you so much for coming in. Where can people go to buy your clothes really fast?
So we're online at ivycityco.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Ivy City Co., Facebook, Ivy City Co.,
And retail stores coming soon.
Well, we are in the
We
Fox shop,
do.
so if you want to go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Fox shop
We're in the
on
Fox
Highland.
shop here in Utah on Highland. We're in the BYU bookstore now. And then we have our warehouse. You can just find us on Google, but it's out in like Harriman, Riverton, and we have a cute little showroom out there.
It's adorable. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
and for
you.
those listening, thank you so much. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and we will check you next time.
Thank you.
Congrats, you made it to the end. If you want to continue to freshen up your day, you can watch us on Fresh Living every weekday on CBS Channel 2 in Utah at 1 o'clock. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel, KUTV Fresh Living, and follow us on social media. We will see you next week.